Water woes that have crippled some communities around the capital city, and Hammanskraal that remains one of the hardest hit communities in the north of the city. We're joined by the Tshwane MMC for utilities, and that is Mr. Frans Boshielo. Just to give us an update, what's happening, what's the city's plan? Thank you so much for joining us. Let's talk about the water challenges that we have seen, the outages and so forth. A lot of complaints from community members. What is happening? Why are so many areas, so many communities in the last couple of weeks without water?
Yeah, greetings to the residents of City of Tshwane, and thank SABC for having me just to explain the recent outages of water that was spreading across the City of Tshwane. Let me give you a context. The City of Tshwane is getting 80% of water from rainwater and 17% from our own sources and 3% from Magali's water. I'm saying it because if there are interruption in the rainwater system, obviously as the city we are going to be impacted negatively. That is what happened since the 1st of January until Tuesday last week. We received a notification from rainwater that they have got a problem in their system. And basically what happened, they stopped pumping water to our reservoir. Our reservoir ran dry. All our reservoir on the western parts of Tshwane were running dry, and most of the people who were not having water, we activated our water tankery system to ensure that the communities and the residents of Tshwane have water. But I can announce currently that all our reservoir has been restored because the problems that was bedeviling the rainwater has been fixed. When we were sleeping last night, all our reservoirs were on the healthy status, 50% level upwards.
We also understand that there's a scheduled maintenance plan that is coming up and it will affect certain areas. Can you just give us an update on that?
Yes, you are correct that on Sunday, the rainwater is also planning to do their routine maintenance on the pipeline that is carrying water to the residents of Mamelodi and Nelmapias. I can assure the resident that from on Sunday, 6 o'clock in the evening until Monday, 8 o'clock in the morning, there will be an interruption of water. We'll be making sure that our water tankering is on standby. But we have ensured that we are going to fill up all our reservoirs that are supplying Mamelodi and Nelmapias to ensure that at least there is minimal interruption of water.
Now let's get to the thorny part, and that is Hammanskraal. People are crying in Hammanskraal. People are left frustrated. They feel that their human rights, their human dignity is being violated so many years without water. The particular ward that we had been focusing on is Ward 74. They're saying they have not had water through their taps, potable water, for about a year now. What's happening? Why are the taps dry in that particular ward?
The issue of the water crisis in Hammanskraal have been with us for a longer period of time. As the government were intervening, but I must accept that our intervention is very slow, because we should have been done with this process, but because of the major financial constraint, we are not able to intervene very quicker. Let me talk about, recently we had an outbreak of cholera. The National Department of Water and Sanitation have initiated the project, Magali's Water project, to ensure that we provide 50 megaliters of water to the certain section of Hammanskraal. That project was implemented in phases. There were 4 phases. Each phase was supposed to give the residents of water 12.5 megaliters of water. Phase 1 is complete. This phase is supposed to give a clean, drinkable water to the residents of Marokolong and Ramotse Kekana Gardens and Mandela Village. What if I can talk about only phase 1 is that areas in the low-lying areas like Marokolo and Ramotse, they are now getting a clean drinkable water on consistent basis. But the other areas in phase 1 as well, in the Mandela Village and Ketkana Gardens, they are getting intermittent water supply. That means they are not getting a water supply consistently because of the low pressure of water. What we are doing currently is that we have procured the water pump so that we can be able to boost water. In terms of module 2, which is supposed to give residents of Kudube, Temba, clean water, that module is also complete. Those areas are getting water, but intermittent water. They've also raised the question of water quality because of especially in the Dominican and Jubilee Hospital. What was happening there is that the boreholes from those school and hospital are mixing with our water. So those borehole waters are not declared as compliant. But the only water that have been transported through the Magalis water network are declared as compliant. With regards to phase 3 and 4, currently the physical construction, what we have been reported, the physical construction of those phases are complete. They are just doing the charge-ups to ensure that the residents that have been targeted will get water. But the challenge now is that during the planning, we plan to give so many people with water, but the demands on the ground is higher than the design capacity of the Magalis water. It means there are certain residents that won't be able to be reached out with this system. But I can also tell you that there is the other system from the city of Tshwane that is providing the resident with water. But those waters are not drinkable because the quality of the water is not compliant. What they are doing currently is just to wash with those water. They are not drinking that water. It's because the source where we are getting the water is not environmentally compliant. Because of the Rooiwal wastewater plant, where we are getting the effluent which is been poured through the river to the dam, and that pure raw sewer, because of the Rooiwal wastewater plant, which is not efficiently operating. Currently, what we are doing now, we are refurbishing the wastewater plants to ensure that we improve the operational efficiency, so that the raw sewers coming, when they come to that system, they can be able to treat it efficiently and pour into the dam, so that our Tempa purification plant will receive a good quality effluent, which they could be able to treat that water.
Thank you so much for that technical update. But timeline, how long before the water reaches the end user? In short, in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months, or perhaps by end of this year, will the whole of Hammanskraal at least have clean potable water?
No, as I've indicated, the whole of the Magalis water package plan will not even reach the whole of Hammanskraal. It's particular targeted villages that will be able to have water. As I've indicated, that package plan, the phase 3 and phase 4, we have reportedly been told that it has been completed. It's very difficult for me now.
So there's no timeline here. It means it can even be the next 10 years.
No, we just need to get that question to be answered by the Magalis Water Board, which is the agency that is implementing the project now.
Right. The issue around water tankers, it seems like there's a lot of unhappiness there as well. There are complaints about people having to buy water, pay for water tankers. What's your response to that? We've heard so many complaints, particularly the elderly who say they don't have money and they are forced to pay.
Yeah, I think we have been receiving those kind of complaints that there are water tankers that were not providing the water to the people as they should. But as the city, we have developed an internal control mechanism to ensure that the water that is supposed to reach the community are reaching the community, so that each and every water tankers that is leaving us, they have to go through certain depots so that we can be able to take photos that their tankers, and even when they are drawing water, there are people that are making sure that the required volume of water is filled into that water tankers. Even when they are distributing now, we are requesting, they are required to take the location and making sure that after they have pour water to the resident, they are also signing out to ensure that at least the water are reaching the community. Currently, we are no longer receiving a lot of complaints as we were receiving in the past.
All right, thank you so much. I think it's safe to say with no deadline, with no proper stipulated deadline in place with regards to the Hammanskraal water woes, it remains to be seen when exactly will that community, the parts that are affected, when will they actually receive the relief that they're looking for, as it's not clear. It could be another year and perhaps maybe even another decade that their human rights will have to go through another round of being violated, their dignity, the frustrations, and really the businesses as well that are crippled by these challenges.